Thank you, Mr. Leader. Good morning, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. This is a good time to be an American, and I want to tell you that we've been watching with great excitement what's happening. It's 34 days until President Trump takes the oath of office, but he's already begun the power of the Trump effect. And you see what's happening at Mar-A-Lago. There's more activity there than there is on Pennsylvania Avenue because people around the world recognize that a new sheriff is in town. The leader is back. And yesterday he announced that SoftBank will be investing $100 billion over the next 4 years and creating 100,000 new American jobs. That's just one more piece of good news. Much more to come. America is already on its way to becoming great once again, and that's just because of the change of leadership. So we're excited for President Trump's second term. You've heard a little bit about that this morning. It officially begins in January, of course, and he has an incredible team around him. I've been visiting with the various cabinet appointees, nominees. Looking forward to meeting with Kash Patel and David Sachs this week, and have been talking with all of them along the way. I think they're all on a path for confirmation, and that's an exciting thing, an important principle for us to maintain around here. The president gets to choose his team, and we're excited for that to be resolved in the early part of next year. But as we near the end of this year, I just want to say a word of thanks to the leadership team here. These friends have done a great job in helping us to lead the conference over the last year and last 2 years, helping me for the last year plus as the speaker, and Leader Scalise and Whip Emmer and Elise Stefanik, who's our conference chair, who will soon be serving the Trump administration in a new capacity. Our Vice Chairman Blake Moore, who's stepped in to fill the void here. An extraordinary team. They've done a great job, and I want to thank them for that. And despite all the challenges we had, we were able to secure key wins in this Congress. You heard Blake and Steve recount some of that, beginning with H.R. 1, the energy policy that we advanced, and H.R. 2 on the border. We held this disastrous administration accountable. We impeached Secretary Mayorkas. We held Merrick Garland in contempt of court. We fought to secure the border. We passed, as I noted, H.R. 2, the strongest border security legislation in history, and legislation to stop taxpayer funds from going to sanctuary cities and to deport illegals who've been arrested for committing crimes like violence against women and DUIs and Social Security fraud and fleeing law enforcement. We did that. We advanced that legislation. We exposed Democrats' support for non-citizen voting, and we passed legislation that would ensure that only Americans vote in American elections. I think the attention that was paid to that had a big deterrent effect in the election cycle. I think we put people on notice that that's a violation of the law and a serious offense. And we have to get that legislation codified in the year ahead. We launched a house-wide investigation into anti-Semitism on college campuses to protect our Jewish students and hold administrators who sympathize with pro-terrorist students accountable. We passed legislation to counter our adversaries since the Biden administration refused to. We passed a CR to overturn the Biden-Harris administration's radical rewrite of Title IX that allows men to compete in women's sports. We cut funding for military DEI programs and eliminated the DEI office within Congress. We made sure that taxpayers are not going to fund transgender procedures for the children of military families. So much more. We know that we're just getting started, and there is so much ahead of us. We're excited about beginning the new Congress in January. We're eager for what's ahead. We have a lot to do. As we said on the campaign trail all year, and I said in this room many times, we have to fix everything, and that begins early in January.